Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 3 Forms and Form Controls of MS Access course. In this lesson we will talk about forms, how we can design form in MS Access, how we can modify existing form in MS Access. We will learn different ways to design form in MS Access. We will start through form wizard, then we will learn how we can start from scratch or how we can create form for the existing table. So by different views we will learn about the form designing, and later in this section we will cover some form controls option also, like how we can add command button in our form to jump to the next record, navigation buttons, combo boxes or drop downs. So these things we will cover in this course. And the final topic which we will cover here is how we can set up subform, means how we can access second form through one form, setting up subform in MS Access. So this is the agenda of this course, this lesson. So let's jump to the very first topic, form creation. To create form in MS Access, I am using the same database employee.accddb which we have used in our previous lessons also. And here if I click on this employee personal details, you can see my employee personal detail table, and I will work on this table through my form now. Before I jump and start designing form, what is form? Form is, in MS Access, form we can use to edit, delete or update records of my table. So form is one of the object of my database, MS Access database. Like we have table here, we can also create form object in MS Access which we can use to edit, delete or update existing or add new records also in the existing table. Okay, so let's say I want to access my employee personal details table through MS Access form. Everyone, we can access our table through forms. We can also access queries. About query objects we will cover in lesson 4, but these two things we can access through forms. Now I want to access my employee personal details table through form. So for that we first need to create form. To create any object in MS Access, we click on this create tab, and then here we can see different section. This is my table section, this is my query, this is my form, and this is my report. Under form section you can see different views to create your form. This is my form view, then form design, blank, form wizard, and so these 4 views areas we use to create our forms. Then we have navigation, different navigations for this form, and then form, more forms. See the types of form, what kind of you want to create, multiple items form, datasheet form or a split form. Then we have model dialog also. So regarding this we will cover later in this section. Let me jump to the form design. I want to design form for my employee personal detail. So for employee personal detail, I will open my employee personal detail table first. Then I will click on this form button. Once I click on this form button, MS Access automatically creates with all the field from my employee personal detail table. So here you can see employee ID, first name, last name, email ID, address, region and project ID. Same we can see here also, employee ID, first name, last name, email ID, address, region, project ID and web link. So this is my last field in my table. So when we click on this form button, very first under form panel, what this form button do, everyone? This form button creates the form with all the fields mentioned in my table, which is active on my screen right now. If I make this one as an active and click on this form button, MS Access will create one new form corresponding to this table, and means which belongs to this table here. So this is my very first record, which is employee ID 2, first name John, Miller, employee ID 2, first name John and Miller. Now if I can use this area, this section, to navigate between my records. This is my very first record. I want to check second record, so I will click on this arrow so that I can check the very next record, and then like this I can navigate between the records. We can also use these options to jump to the last record. If I click on this option, this will take me to the last record of this employee personal detail table. So here is 8 is my very last record and second is my first record. If I want to jump to the very first record, I will click on this arrow and this will take me to the first record of my table. So which is 2 John Miller, john@xyz.com, ABC Western 7. Then we can jump here. This is one thing, guys. You can also search your records. For an example, this is my employee ID 6 record. So what I can do, I can write 6 as my employee ID and this will pass the 6 in my employee ID table and we can see the data belongs to employee ID 6. If I write here 2 now, I can see 2 belongs to John and Miller and 7 belongs to, no, not this one, this one has, there is no employee ID 7. Okay, yes there is. So let me just select. Okay, so this will search in the existing table and we can see it's already there. What I want to do, I want to search 6. So let me select this and press 6 here. And we can see 6 from my entire record. Then I want to look for record belongs to Mike. So what I will do here, I will write here Mike. And we can see now this record 3, employee 3 belongs to Mike. Similarly, if I want to check for Rahul, I will write Rahul here and program will look all the records from my employee personal detail table and we can see the record belongs to Rahul data. Search Rahul. So search area we can use to search values. Let's say we have a unique email ID or unique order ID in our program and from the list of 500,000 of records I want to look for some specific record. So in that case I can use the search area box. This is one thing. Now under this tab you can see this new blank record option. We can use this option to insert new blank record. If I click on this, you can see one blank area here and here you can insert your record. For example, this one is employee ID 9. So here we can insert values in my blank record. Everyone, when we create form through this from section, what actually MS Access do? I'm not able to insert values here right now in this form. The reason behind that is this form is right now, if I jump to home tab and check under view, is in layout view. So we can use layout view or design view to change the view of my form, to do the formatting in my form. And through form view, if I select this from view, I can update values in my form and look for some records in my form. So here if I say, see, this is email ID 9, employee ID 9, record name is Kara Paul, email ID of Kara Paul is karap@gmail.com, address is XYZ, region is West, and then project ID belongs to 2, web link if any address, let's say www.google.com. So this is how we can update record in our table, and this is updating records. By mistake I have clicked on some button, so that's why it's opening some site. So now here if I jump to the previous record, we can see record number 8. If I jump to the next record, we can see now record number 9. Similarly, if I jump to the table employee personal details, there is no 9th record. Let me close this table and open it again. Double click and open, and here you can see my 9th record. So this is how we can, using this form area, we can insert a new record. We can insert a new record in our employee personal details table. Yes, when we insert records through forms, program also checks for the if there is some relationship between your tables. For an example, if we set up the relationship, foreign key relationship between my employee personal detail tables and project detail table, and in this project ID section, if I set up the relationship, then program will accept the values from this list only, project ID list only. And here we can see 1 3 5 7, but program is accepting project ID as 2 also, because there is no relationship right now between my employee personal detail and project detail table. Let me just show you. If I go to data page tool, click on relationship, there is no relationship between this. If I set up, then program will work accordingly. So everyone, this is the very simple way how we can design forms in MS Access. If I open this form, this form is right now in form view. If I click on this form view section under home tab, we can see this form is in the form view right now. Then we have a layout view, from where we can define the layout, what is the size of your this thing, controls, and which you can use like this, drag and drop. Also here if you check, you can see two drop downs, but rest all are text boxes. The reason behind this is because while creating a region and project ID field, what we did, let me click on form view and you can see West and all regions and all your project IDs. What we did, we have used the lookup wizard option. So lookup wizard option is accordingly showing you when you create form of this table, add drop down box region and project ID for employee personal detail forms. This is one thing, guys. Now the last is design view. We can use the design view to design our forms. For an example, if you want to change the background color of your form, okay, so you can use this design view option. If I click on the design view, and here you can see now my form is divided into three areas. One is form header, second is detail area, where I can see all controls, text controls, drop down controls, okay, and then we have a footer area, and this is my design view. When we select design view of our form, we can see design tab active, and here from here we can access all the control of like we can access command button control, text if you want to add text in a form, some other controls also from this area. If you want to add a logo in your form, let's say I want to add a new logo, you can insert on this option. You can click this option and drag it here. You can also change your picture from this area. Double click on this area and here you can see, let me just click on this. Okay, here you can see image action section, and here is also insert image action. If you want to change the background column of your form, just select your area. I will select my form header, so that's why this heading section is black right now. If I select my detail area, this detail section is black right now. Let me select my form header, and I want to change the color of my background color of my form. Okay, so to do that, I will click on this format section, and under this format section you can see this fill area. Use this fill, and from here you can pick and apply color in the background of your form like this, or any other color. Let me use this one here. Gray makes more sense. So this is how we can change color of our form. We can also change the color of our titles. Let's say this is employee personal detail right now. Let me write it like this: employee details form. And then we have this image area. Okay, you can drag it accordingly if you want to resize it, or if you want to give background color to your this area, you can use this section. Now let me just change the font color of my employee details form, bold, and color as blue, size 22. Okay, so this is how we can use this format tab to format our form. I want to give some color to my detail area also, So let me change the size of my form first, which we can do from layout area also. And then okay, and now let me just give the background color to this form. To give background color, go to this palette under form section, and from here select this. So this is background color is now gray, header is also gray, footer you can check, you can change accordingly. Now everyone, let's save this form. To save this form, right click on this tab, save, and this is my employee FRM form. Now if I click OK, below table you can see one more database object which is form, and here you can see my employee form. Now if I close this, close my personal data table also, project detail table also. If I double click here, now you can see my form here, employee details form. No footer right now. This is my header and this is my detail area. I can use this section to navigate between records. If I click on this option, this means this record is selected right now. To select any record, you can click on this arrow, okay, or else click outside. If I click on this arrow and now if I press delete, program will delete this employee ID 4 record from my personal details table. Okay, right now if I open, you can see here employee ID 4th record, right, or employee ID 9, which we have just inserted through our form. Now let's say I want to delete this record from my employee personal details table. To delete this record, I will jump to my employee details form, and let me jump to the very last record first, which is this 9th record. I want to delete this. Click on this, and then we can press delete key from our keyboard. Press delete key and program will delete one record. Now if I open this, you can see delete hash delete values in my 9th record. So this is how we can delete record from our table. Let me just close this. Okay everyone, this is one thing about forms and form designing. Now let's explore footer also. Let me open this form again in design view and scroll down, and here you can see footer section. In your footer section, also in your header section, you can add date and time stamping. Under design tab, you can see date and time stamping. If I click on this, if you want to include, yes, I want to include this first. Select your footer, form footer. Now click date and time stamping. Yes, I want to add date and time stamping in this format. Date in this format and time in this format. Click OK. So sample will look like this. 2nd November 2016, 3958. Click OK. And okay, so here you can see my date and time stamping. You can select them, hold control key, click Control X, cut them from this area and paste them here. Okay, so here now you can see your date and time stamping. Now if I open this form, okay, now if I open this form, close this form, right click, save and close, you can see your header, your detail area, which is very small compared to the footer. So I will change the size of footer, and you can see date and time stamping in your footer. So let's go again to the design view and give some space, decrease the space of your footer. Okay, and let me just change the background color of my footer area. Select your footer, go to the format tab, and from fill section let me use this color. Okay, and this color for my header also. For my fonts are all in white color. Okay, so this is employee details form. Now let me just right click, save, right click, close, double click, and this is my form everyone, with date and time stamping, Now if I navigate, I can easily navigate between records. So everyone, these are three views of my form view, layout view, and then we have design view. Okay, so this is one thing. Let me just decrease the size of my title so that I can decrease the size of my form. Okay, here we can see my date and time stamping also. Let me just change the size of my, replace location of my date and time, and now we can change form size. Let's open this now, right click, save, home, view, form view, and this is my form now. Okay everyone, this is one thing. Now close this. Second is under form section, form design. If I, okay, right now my employee detail form is open. If I click on this form design, this will open a blank form with all the control option here. If I click on this property sheets, okay, or add existing field sheet, show tables, table like employee personal detail table, so I can see all the field from my employee personal detail tables. So using this add existing field in my form design view, now if I drag this first name, I can see first name option. So this is how we can drag one by one text boxes here, email ID like this. And then for an example, I don't want to show all the fields in my form. I want to show some specific field only in my form. So in that case, you can use this form design view, and then using this add field list option, you can add one by one fields in your form. So this is one thing. If I want to add region, I will add region. Now if I save this form, right click, save, example frm exam underscore example 2. Okay, let's close this also, double click here, and here you can see my form example 2. No header, no footer, because we have not changed this form in the design view yet. If you want to add header and footer, you can jump to the home tab, go to views and select your design view from here. So this will show details area only, because we are planning to design this through our from design view only, from the create tab. Okay, if you want to add some other sections in the existing form, yes, you can also do that. So to add the other sections like header and footer, okay, now let me add header. So jump to your design, under design tab, again you can see this header and footer section. If I, let's say I want to add logo in header, I will double click on this logo, then I will select logo from here, this one, click OK. This will add logo in the header section. Then if I select date and time stamping, this will add date and time stamping also in this section. Okay, and below we can see this footer area. You can copy this and then use Ctrl V command to paste in the footer, form footer area. Okay, so this is how form designing work. That means under form area, form, we used to create form option, we used to create form for the specific table. For example, for this table I want to create form, so I will open this form and click on this form button. This form button will add all the fields belongs to this employee personal details table in my form. Form design, when we want to add some specific field in our form, we use this form design option. Then we have blank form option also. This will create blank form, and then we can add one by one controls, text controls, all these controls in our forms and use it. Most of the time I always use this option, which is form and or form design, to one by one add or delete controls from my form. Let me just right click and close this one also, and then we have form wizard. Click form wizard. Once you click on form wizard, this will ask you, okay, here under table you can see your first table is employee personal detail. You want to create form from your employee personal detail or your project details table. I want to create form for my project details table, so I will click project. How many fields you want to add from your project details table? I will want to add all the field in my form from project details table, so I will click on this double arrow. This will add all the field in the selected field area. Now click next. Okay, what kind of view you want to give to your form? This is columnar view, general. Then we have a tabular also, you can see in this form. Then we have data sheet, that means rows and header. Tabular only header. Then we have a columnar, so in the form of columns, multiple columns. And then we have justified like this. Let me give this columnar view to my form and then click next. Okay, so this is what do you want to, what title do you want to give your form? If you want to give some other title, you can use this, or later through design view also you can change the title of your form. Then open the form to view or enter information, or you want to modify the form design. No, I don't want to modify. I will click finish and this will open my project detail form title with project details underscore tbl. Then I can see all 4 records. Later if I want to modify them, I can simply go to click on view and go to design. Then I can resize it accordingly. As per my requirement. Okay, like this. Okay, and this is my title. Here project details, you can edit your title also. This is my project details form, and the field in my project detail form are these. Let me just change the color of my header and footer. Select your header, go to format, and then use this fill section to give this color. My title as white, bold, underline. Okay, and this section also with this color, and this default section with gray color. Okay, so this is my form now, guys. So this form I have designed through form wizard. In form wizard, once we click on form wizard, MS Access opens one dialog box. From that dialog box we can select from which field, from which table you want to design your form, and accordingly you can design your form. So this is how this work. Let me just save this form and close this. So here you can see, let me just edit the name of this form, which is a typo right now. This is not employee. Right click, go to rename, and this is now employee form. So here you can see employee form, form example 2, and project detail form. 3 forms in this area. Now let's say I want to create 2 buttons here. In place of using this section, I want to create 2 buttons in my form so that user can easily navigate between records. So how we can do that? To create buttons, I will open this form first in design view. Once I open this form in design view, then here you can see design, arrange, and format tab. In design tab, I will click on this section, and here you can see this command button. Select this and draw your command button. Once you draw your command button, automatically you see this command button wizard option, and under command button wizard option we have multiple categories. That means multiple actions we can assign to this command button. We can all actions, like on the button click event of this button, on the click event of this button I want to jump to the next record, or on the click event of this button I want to see the previous record. So we can use these options, we can select from here. So very first is record navigation, which we want to use here right now, and let me just show you the other also. record operations. So if you want to add new record, if you want to delete existing record or duplicate record, print record, save or undo record, so you can assign these options to your button. Then we have form operations like close form, open form, report operation, close open, report open, preview report, then some of the quit entire application, and then the miscellaneous. Okay, auto dialog, printable, if you want to run macro like this. I want to give this button action, like if I click on this button, program will jump to the next record. This action I want to assign to this button. So everyone, what I will do here, I will select this record navigation option, then go to next record thing, click next, and here you can see right now title of my text on my button, program will assign this next record. Or if you want to assign picture on your command button, you can, between one of them you can use any option. If I use this, my button will look like this. If I select this, my button will look like this. So let me just select this and go to next, this icon, click next. Okay, my meaningful name to my button, which is command button 28 right now. Let me, okay, so next record underscore button, finish, and here we can see next record button. Now if I open this in form view, and if I, this is my employee ID 2, if I click on this button, we can see employee ID 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. Okay, no records after this. So we can see this prompt dialog box, you can't go to the specified record. Okay, now let me add one more button for previous records. So go to view, design view, change the position of this button, and go to this section, click on buttons and draw it again. In this, select record navigations, go to previous record, next picture, yes, again this picture, go to previous record, next, this is my previous record button, click finish, and this is my previous record button. Okay everyone, so now if I open this form in form view, I can navigate easily between record using these buttons. So this is my record navigation using button. Now let's explore some other commands of my command button. For an example, on the click event of my button, I want to open this project detail form. How we can do this? So to perform the same, I will open this form in design view again. This is in design view form now. Go to the for design, then my command button again, draw this command button. What category we will select from this section? We want to open form, so I will select this form operation because we want to perform task on my forms. So I will select this form operations category, and here you can see multiple things. One is to open your form, one is to close your form, like this. So let me select this event here, action here right now, open form, click next. Which form you want to open? I want to open my project details form, so I will select this project detail form, click next, and open form and find specific data to display. No, open the form and show all the records. Okay, so this will open the form and show all the records. Next, what icon you want to show in this command button? This is form icon, or you can also assign text like open form, then button will look like this. Let me select this picture, and if you want to see list, if you want to explore list of picture, you can click on this show checkbox, and then you can explore list of picture from here. Undo picture, stop SQL, like this, all the picture. Let me uncheck this, my MS Access form, click finish, and this is my form button. Now we can also change the size of our form button. Now open this form in form view. So right now you can see only one form open, which is employee form. If I click on this button, now this is my project detail form. Let's say now from this form I want to jump back to my employee forms. So that option also we can select from a record option form operations, and we can assign that button in this form. So this is how we can open sub form from one form to another form, everyone, in MS Access. And all these things we can assign and perform in the design view. We can assign all our action in the design view, and we can check the result in the form view. Okay everyone, so let me just go here now, design view, and add one more button. Let's say I want to add new record in my existing form. So click on this button, draw your command button, then you can see command button wizard, and then we have record operation to add new record. I will select this. Under form operation you can explore some other also. Open, if you want to close some form, let's say okay, this is my to open form, I want to close one form also. Next, this is exit door option, then this is stop. Exit door looks fine. Next, command button name is this, and this is finish. So this will close my employee details form. Okay everyone, and now let me just jump to the form view. If I click on this, do you want to save changes? Yes, and this will close my employee form from this employee database. Okay, let me close this also. So what all things we have covered in this lesson? We have covered how we can create form, how we can modify, what is the form design view and the layout view and the design view, then form controls. Now let's talk about some form themes and form navigation. We have also set up using the command button the subforms. Now let's talk about the form themes and form designs. Here, if I click on this form, employee form, and open this in design view, here you can see color themes under design tab, and the theme which you want to apply to your form, this is right down in this format, and accordingly you can select themes from here, and based on your choice you can select and apply any themes. So if I select this theme, my form look like this. If I jump to the previous one, my forms, select this one, this is my default, and my form look like this. So you can assign any theme based on the color combination, and then you can apply the theme in your form. This is one thing everyone. Okay, now let's talk about the form navigation. What is form navigation? Navigation form, when we jump to this create tab, and under this form section we have already covered this form design, blank form, and form wizard. Here you can see this navigation form option. Okay, using this navigation form you can create one more area, one more form from where you can access multiple forms. Okay, let me just show you, and then you will get the clear understanding. So let me just close this one first. Yes, and under create button, under forms panel, navigation, and these are the different types of navigation to design the navigation forms. Let me select this one, horizontal tabs. Now here you can see one very first tab, which is add new. So what you can do, you can add one by one different tabs here, and accordingly you can view the different forms here. Once I click on first tab, let's say if this tab belongs to employee form, so this will open the employee forms. If I create one more tab which will open the employee detail form, then the third tab for my form example 2. So you can create a menu here, like we have in when we scroll websites, we can see menu tab for contact us, home, about us, for some services based on the website. Similarly, like that, you can create here menus, and when you click on the menus, you can access different forms below in this section. So now let's understand how we can add more buttons in the menu. So to display multiple forms in this form navigation, what I will do, we can see one add new button here. I will select my employee form, and let's say I want to create two buttons here for employee form example 2 and project detail. I will select this and drag over it, and here you can see your employee detail form and one more button for add new. Now let's select this form and drag over add new. Here you can see your form 2, and select this one and drag it over here. So now you can see in the menu tab 3 buttons. One is employee form, one is form example, and form result. Now let's save this. Right click on this, click save, and now let's say this is my main underscore form. So this is my main form. Click OK. Now name of my form is main form. We can also remove the title from this area. Press delete. Open this in design view, and then you can delete the section from this area. Okay, form is in design view. Let me to delete this footer, let me go to the layout view. Select your form navigation thing and then logo. This will remove your this header section of your main form, and then we can see this date time stamping. Select this, delete, press select this and delete. Okay, so now everyone, if I click on this form example 2, okay, yes, we want to save the changes. Now form is in the form view. Click this, opens form employee form 1, my second form, my third form. Okay, so this is how we can create a menu for all the forms using navigation section of my form wizard. Okay, let's say in this section you can see this selection area, and I want to hide from my employee form. So whatever changes you do in your employee form example 2 or project details table form, program will reflect the same in your main form also. So let me just close this first and open your employee form. Double click. I want to remove this. So to remove this, we will open first this form in design view, then open your property sheet, and under your property sheet, where is my scroll bar? Okay, control box. So here you can see scroll bar or control box option. So now let me first open this form in layout view. Okay, now here come the scroll bar. My width of my program is perfect, so no need of the scroll bar. Where is my control? Let me just check control. So let me just open again this in design view and jump here and come to the control box option. No. Okay, so now let's open this in form view. Still there. Okay, let's jump again and open in this in design view, and from here, and here is my record selector. So I will select this record selector and set as no. So once I set this record selector as no for my employee detail forms, and save this form first. Right click, save, close this form, or before closing, let's cross check that. Click on view, open this form view, and there is no record selector in this form now. Now if I close this and open my main form, double click and open your main form. This is my main form from where I can access all my forms one by one, and this is why we use this navigation section. So this is my horizontal tabs. In place of horizontal tab, if I select this vertical tabs left, I can see this form in this area. Let me select this, press delete, select this logo, press delete, only one button. And this is my horizontal view. I can create a view in the form of vertical menu also. So here I can drag my each form like this, and then we can see menu, our section like this. This is how it works. Okay, so this is what we use. We use this navigation form area to create the menu, and that so that we can easily navigate between the forms, and which is very helpful. So guys, so these things we have covered right now, which is form navigation, setting up some forms. Form under form you can also set up. Let me just show you. Create one. Let me just create one more form, and let's select this employee personal detail forms. So this will open this form here. Okay, so this is right now my, as I have selected this employee personal detail, so and click on this form tab, program will create this employee personal details form. So now let's open this form first in design view. This is my employee personal detail form. Open this in design view, and here we can see footer, again detail area, and header, footer. So I will create, this is my employee personal detail form. I will create one area here in the footer where we can see project details form also. So to insert project detail form, I will select my footer, go to design, and here we can see this subform option. Click and drag this, click and draw this here. Once you draw your subform here, program automatically opens this subform wizard, and from this wizard you can select your table, which table you want to show below your form, or if you want to show some forms. I want to show my employee form table, let's say the same table. When I open the form, this employee personal detail form, which I will rename. Okay, so existing table, existing form, and you can see the existing forms, existing tables. Existing table as employee underscore form, form example 2, main form, and project details table. So okay, let's go for project existing forms, and this is my employee form. Let's go for employee form next. Okay, so choose from list, from which list you want to display your form. Let me just select this. Right now show employee personal detail for each record in the employee personal detail using employee ID. So this mapping I want to apply for the subform here. Show employee personal detail, show all the employee personal detail here for each record in the employee personal detail table using employee ID program. So now let's click finish, and below we can see this employee form. This is my subform. Similarly we can add other forms also. Now if I open this in form view, we can, okay, so there is no footer right now in this section, and let me just close this. Yes, and close this also. Yes, now let's open, where is my project detail? Okay, let me perform it again. I think we have missed the name of our, okay, so let me perform it again. So go to form wizard. I want to include all the row of my this table. Next, tabular, next, no problem. Modify design, no, finish. This is my form. Let's open this in design view, and here you can see footer. In the footer I want to add my subform. To add subform, we will jump to the design view. Under this list I will drag one subform here. So this is my form. Let's go to design view, footer area. So I have again jumped to the footer area. So in this footer area, let me first increase the size of my footer area, and in this footer area let me go to design tab, and under design command button list I can see this subform section. Drag a subform here, and once you drag a subform here, you can see this dialog box from where you want to add. I want to use existing tables and queries. Click next. Which table you want to add? I want to add my employee personal details table. Let's say this table and all the records. Click finish. And here this is how my form looks like. Now if I resize this and if I open this form in form view, when we scroll we can see both form and this report in one area. So let me first resize this. Go to layout, better than layout, let me jump to the design view and drag this subform area below my footer, because I'm not able to see right now footer area in my report. Control X, select your footer, drag it here, and then click here, Control V. So in the footer section we can see this, and then this is how my design looks like now. You can adjust accordingly as per your requirement. Okay. Okay, again this one we have in this area. Let me resize this. Now let me just right click and save. Right click, save, name is project details table 1. Now go to the design form view, and here you can see if I scroll my entire form, and below you can see table. Okay, or your table under your subform, you can easily navigate between the records, between table, and if I come to this area you can scroll each control, which is not visible right now. So let me fix this first. Go to design view again, scroll your title. Let me remove this title, delete. Okay, so this is one thing. Let's resize it again. This is employees of form title, the footer area. Let's check how it looks like now. Okay, we can see 3 records. Let's make it give more space to my details area. This looks perfect. Okay, so this looks perfect, and here we can see 4 controls. If I scroll this and then if I jump here, I can easily navigate. So everyone, this is form. When we subform, when we create form under form, we call it as subform. We can also create form reports under forms. So because for both of them we have same control. So this is my subform under subreport control. If you mouse over it, you can see the name. So these are topics we have covered in this section: how we can create form, how we can modify form, how we can design forms, then about the controls to jump to the next record, to jump to the previous record, to open new forms through controls, and then form themes to change the color and appearance of your form, then form navigation to create menu, and from one main form jump to the different forms. And then in the last we have covered the setting of forms. From that means in one view of your form, how you can see reports below your form, or how you can see different form below your main form, which we call as subform. So these are the topics we have covered in this section. In the next lesson of this course, we will learn how we can write queries. So till now we have covered 2 objects. One is our tables object and second is our form object, and here you can see we have designed multiple forms. Now in the next lesson we will learn how we can design queries to communicate to our table and then extract data. So queries, we use to communicate with our table to extract data from the tables. Okay. Thank you everyone.